Hi everybody! Welcome to our Sunday night call! A massive welcome if it's your first time on Zoom tonight. I know what a challenge it can be getting Zoom set up. So if it is, pop it in the chat. Let us know it's your first time on Zoom if it is, so we can give you a little shout out to say well done for working Zoom out. And I'm going to kick off straight away with our weekly team training. So my name is Danny Wells, and I am an Executive Regional Vice President with Arbonne International. And I'm going to start our call with some weekly recognition. Jade, I can see you. Can you see my screen? Just give me a thumbs up if you can. Perfect. Right, let's do some team recognition for the week. If I've missed anything, put it in the chat and we'll get that announced. Okay, so I'm just going to go in order of what is in front of me. So in September, on Thursday the 13th, in Nottingham, so the East Midlands, there is a mammoth, massive Discover Arbonne and nutrition event that has Stuart Armfield, he's going to be there, he's travelling up from London, and Kelly Marshall. Kelly Marshall is a phenomenal athlete, and she's one of 12 people globally that is under Team Phyto Sport. So this woman is incredible. She's I can't even think what else it is that she does. Let me see if it says. She is CrossFit athlete. So she's quite famous. So her being at this event in Nottingham is going to be massive. Now you do have to get your tickets. It's £5 a ticket. And the link is up on all the Facebook groups. But if you've not seen it, just shout and we'll get that over to you. So that's that one. Right, moving on. Okay, so this week we have some online Facebook live calls. We've got Stacey Blackley, who is doing, I believe, the Discover Arbonne this week, live in the Hello Future page. We've got Jade Brimfield and Emma Stevenson doing the live success story interview on Tuesday at 8 o'clock UK time in the Hello Future group. And then we've got Michelle Duke, who is doing the Facebook Live Healthy Happy Hour in the 30 Days to Health Living and Beyond Facebook group. So all of those calls are at 8 o'clock UK time. Okay, next up, we've got Krista Phillips, who is the health coach for the next 30 Days to Healthy Living group, which starts on September the 3rd. So the group has already started now, and it'll finish, so prep week is now. Day one is next week on Monday. So if you yourself are doing the 30 days from next Monday, you can get added into that. Or if you've got any clients, then you can add them into that group. Right, so we've got some new consultants. So a huge welcome to Hannah Faulkner, sponsored by Laura Leggett. Welcome, Hannah. Welcome to the team. We've got some more newbies as well. Huge welcome to Verena Mallet, sponsored by District Manager, soon to be Area Manager Emma Force. Welcome! Big welcome this week to Susan Hermitage, sponsored by District Manager Kelly Atkinson. Welcome, guys. Big welcome to you. We've also got this week new consultants, Kelly Dawn, sponsored by NM. Not sure who that is. Oh, Nikki Marchant. I was like, oh, what's NM? Nikki Marchant, welcome. We've got Polly Turner, sponsored by Amy Davey, Susie Quiche, sponsored by Claire Slaney, and Joseph Muscat, sponsored by George Foster. Welcome, guys. Big welcome to you guys. We also have next week, we are kicking off our District Manager Bonus Bootcamp. This is an opportunity for anybody, so anyone here, even if you're new, can opt into this. Now, this is an extra thing. So everybody has access to the weekly team training that we're on now. Everybody has access to the Do More page, but this is something extra. So if you want to opt in, it is a 90 days online virtual bootcamp where you're going to have lots of extra trainings, lots of challenges to do. There's going to be an amazing opportunity to earn an Arizona trip and give you a huge head start to the big trip that will be launched in December to go on next October. This year's big trip was Jamaica. Last year's was Mexico. The year before it was Bahamas. There's always a luxury 5-star all-inclusive trip, but we don't know where it's going to be yet. But this bootcamp will help you earn those trips. So if you're not in the DM bonus bootcamp and want to be, speak to your sponsor and they'll get you added in. Okay, congratulations to the following people who have earned the incentive meal that goes down every 3 months. So this is for next Monday. Huge well done to Emma Porsche, Carlan Carpenter, Kelly Bromley, Carol Sutton-Houghton, Catherine Scully, Fiona McCarthy, Emma Carson, and Nikki Marchant. Oh, and myself and Laura. So big congratulations, guys. And Megan Bryson. So well done for earning the meal. Right, we've also got on Monday the 10th of September a Discover Arbonne in Stamford, and that is hosted by Fiona McCarthy and Kelly Bromley. And I believe this is the final one, I think. We've got our big monthly training, which we do on the first Monday of every month in Stamford, and that is next Monday. So if you're within a couple of hours drive, come along. It's free. It's amazing. Great opportunity to meet other people. Fabulous training, and on stage, up in the front, recognition as well. So come along to that. I've done that one. Done that one. What else have we got? Oh, big welcome to Andy Brennan, sponsored by Michelle Russell. Welcome to the team, Andy. And welcome to the team, Hayley Redding, sponsored by myself, Danni Wells. So a big, big, big welcome. So that is all of our team recognition for tonight. I'm just going to check if I've not missed anything in the chat, and we'll crack on with our training. And oh, so for the meal, and Rachel Fitz and Jade Brimfield, congratulations. Sorry you were missed off. Okay, so I think that's everything. Right, so my training tonight is basically going back to basics. So we all build our business in lots of different ways, but for a lot of us, we use what is called a one-to-one. So if you're brand new, a one-to-one basically means you being one of the people sitting in front of a second person. So you're one of them, and then the second person is the other one. And this is usually done in a Costa or a Starbucks over a coffee. And you spend 20 minutes talking about Arbonne and presenting it to them. Now, as the years have evolved, the one-to-ones have adapted to being a phone one-to-one or a FaceTime or Zoom one-to-one, or it can be over a glass of wine in the evening, or it can be a soft play with children. There really is no limit to how you do your one-to-one, but the basis of the one-to-ones are actually quite simple, and all very similar, sorry. And one thing that I'm asked a lot by people is like, Danni, what do you say at your one-to-ones? And I got this quite a lot when last month it was announced in the UK that I'd helped the most amount of people start an Arbonne business. And people were saying to me, what are you saying at your one-to-one? So I wanted to address this tonight. And I actually was fortunate enough to spend the weekend with Natalie Crawford, who I can see with baby Teddy. And we actually decided that we were going to do a role play of this because it's something that everybody needs to know how to do. So if you've got pen and paper, please do make notes on this. We thought we would show you how this actually goes down, how this actually happens. So Natalie's going to be my wonderful prospect and pretend that she has never heard of Arbonne before. We've never met before. And I'm going to show you what I actually do. Hello, Teddy. I'm going to start right at the beginning and pretend that Natalie is, what did we say you were doing? Serving me in a...
I was a waitress, wasn't I?
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so Natalie is my waitress and she's given me great service. I'm going to say something along the lines of, so did you say your name was Natalie?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, how long have you worked here?
Oh, I think I've worked here about 3 years now.
Oh, okay, and do you enjoy it?
Well, it pays the bills, that's the main thing. I'd rather work somewhere else, but there's not really many places that can sort of cater for me having children and if I need to dash off and, you know, that kind of thing really. So
yeah, I completely understand. So you kind of, would I be right in saying that you don't really see this as like your end career? You're not going to retire?
Oh my gosh, no, this is just literally, it pays the bills and that's it.
So what are you going to do next? Have you got an idea?
I'll be here till I'm grey and old, I think.
Okay, so I know you've got to go because you've got another table to serve, Natalie, but this is really random, but I need to say this. You've blown me away. Your service today has been above and beyond. And I basically have my own online business and I work with women who are just like you and they love working within the industry that I'm in. Anyway, I don't know if what I would do would interest you at all or not. And obviously I can't make that decision for you, but I tell you what I can do. I can send you some information. Are you on Facebook?
I am, yeah.
Wonderful. Let me just give you my phone. I'm going to open up my Facebook app. If you put your name in, I'll pop you a friend request. And what I'll do is I'll message you tonight. Is that okay?
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I'm so intrigued to hear about what you do.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so that is how I make contact with a lot of people. So then what I would do, obviously add Natalie as a Facebook friend. If she's not on Facebook, you can take somebody's phone number or email, whatever works best for you. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to message Natalie and arrange a one-to-one with her. Now, this can be done on the phone, in person, or via Zoom. But for the purposes of this training, we're going to pretend it was on Zoom. And actually, I think mine and Natalie's one-to-one was on Zoom, actually, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Okay, right, so me and Natalie have arranged a time the next day and she's available to chat. So I'm going to say something along the lines of, okay, Natalie, so I'm going to ask you a few questions before I tell you about what it is that I do, because I want to make sure that I tailor it around you and that if it is actually suitable for you. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so let's have some fun. I want you to visualise yourself basically in 5 years' time. So Teddy will be, what, 6 then? I bet that's scary.
Yeah, that's really scary.
So visualize yourself 5 years time when time and money are no longer an issue to you. So imagine that you've inherited a massive amount of money from a family member, or you've won the lottery and you basically have got streams of money coming into your bank account every single month and you've got zero worries about finances. Describe to me what your life would look like.
Oh my God. Well, firstly, that sounds like an absolute untouchable dream. But if we're going to pretend, then well, my husband works offshore in the steel industry, in the oil industry, sorry, and he's away from home such a lot, and he misses out on our 4 beautiful children. So, firstly, he would retire. I would also do a lot of volunteering work, and not work, obviously, myself, and just help other people that needed it. I'd love to do some work with people that, you know, when you're in hospital and you have your baby and mums don't really get into breastfeeding because they've perhaps not got the adequate support. I'd love to do something. I'll start my own something around that, and I'd love to homeschool my children and travel the world, and sort of world educate them rather than just schooling educate. That would be what sort of life looked like to me.
Wow, gosh, Natalie, that sounds amazing. Okay, so let me ask you this. If you carry on doing what you're currently doing now, how long will it take you to create that lifestyle that you've just described to me?
It would be an absolute dream only, because doing what I do now, I couldn't ever do those things that I wanted to do currently in the situation that I'm in now, because I'm stuck in this dead-end waitressing job. It hardly pays, well, just literally above minimum wage, for my age group, and it's just a nightmare. It's horrible, and it would literally have to be an absolute miracle for me to be able to be in that position.
Wow, okay, so I've asked you how long it will take for you to achieve your dreams, and you basically said it is only ever going to be a dream.
It would be a dream.
Yeah, so I want you to be really honest with me. How does that make you feel?
Sad, because I am quite a doer, if that makes sense, and those dreams, if there was a way that I really thought that it was possible, I'd like to put that actually to practice and to make those dreams a reality for me and my family. So it upsets me quite a lot, really, because that's not able to happen for me.
Wow, okay, so let me ask you this. If you want the lifestyle that you've described and you've realised doing what you're doing currently won't allow you to achieve that, then you either have to give up on your dreams or find a way to make them happen. Which one would you choose?
Gosh, like I just said, if there was a way to make it happen, I'd make it happen. So yeah, it would definitely be that one.
Wow, okay. Just on a side note here, if Natalie was to say, I'd rather give up on my dreams, don't carry on presenting what Arbonne is, because if they're willing to give up on their dreams, they're not willing to work and build a business. But she did say, thankfully, that she's willing to make it work. So I'll continue. Okay, Natalie, so today I'm going to show you a business vehicle that can change, that a business vehicle that can be that change to yours and your family's lives. You can start today from home, part-time at first, and work around your current schedule that can help you achieve your dreams faster than the path you're currently on. So if I was able to show you a way to do that, how excited would you be?
Am I being punked?
No, this is deadly serious.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, then show me everything I need to know.
Okay, so I'm going to show you this amazing vehicle called Arbonne that can be the answer to what you really want. So at this point, there are 3 different avenues that I can take with Natalie. I can either now go through the Is Arbonne for You 2-sided sheet. If you've never seen this, when you log onto the source, all you need to do is to type in Is Arbonne for You, and it comes up right at the top, the Is Arbonne for You, the 2-sided document, which looks like this. So I can now sit, if I want to use this, I can sit and talk through this. And I actually use this at launches. I give everybody a copy at a launch, and I'll use it at a coffee date, or I can do this now with Natalie using FaceTime, using Zoom, or I can do this over the phone. So that's one option. Pop in the chat if you use the Is Arbonne for You sheet in your one-to-ones. Now, if I didn't want to use that, the second option is I can actually do the napkin presentations. Now, this is something that I do tend to do when I'm in front of somebody. It takes me 5-10 minutes to draw with pen and paper how the business model works. If you've never seen the napkin presentations, you can find them by going into YouTube. Just type in napkin presentations and they will come up there, so you can see what the napkin presentations are. If you use them at your one-to-ones, just pop it in the chat and let us know what you use. Or if I didn't want to do that, the third option is I could go through the Discover Arbonne slides. Now, I use all 3 of these, and I tailor each person to what it is that I use. I will say, if you're going to use the Discover Arbonne slides, which you can find on the source, you just type in Discover Arbonne and they'll come up. You don't need to use all the slides. There's 24 slides, but you don't need to use all of them. What I will say is just use the key ones when you're doing the first one-to-one, because a Discover Arbonne can last up to an hour. And if it's somebody's first exposure, they do not need that. They just need a very brief overview. So what I would suggest if you're going to use the slides is the story. So use the story because that's wonderful. Talk a little bit about the products. You can also say what's not in the products as well. I would say the range of products that we have. So I'd talk about, we've got over 500 products and different key ranges. So basically, we're going to do the story, then we're going to do the products. Then I would do the business model, because people always want to know, well, how does network marketing work? So talk about network marketing compared to traditional retail. So I would do the business model. And potentially I would do this one. So in the new slide, I can't think what the new slide's called, but it's something like, it's not switch save earn. What is the new one called? I can't remember. It's 3 words. It's in the new one. And I quite like that. I'm like, this is basically what we do. Where do you see yourself? And then I end on the compensation plan. Whichever 3 different ways I share Arbonne, whether it's the DA or the 2-sided sheet or the napkins, I always end on the compensation plan. And this is why, because I would finish this and then I would say to Natalie, okay, Natalie, so let me ask you a question. Now I've just given you that overview of Arbonne. You're going to be working for the next 3 to 5 years. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the odds that your job will pay you £10,000 a month if you work there for the next 3 to 5 years?
Oh my gosh, like it's not even likely at all. It's not even a pipe dream, that one.
Okay, so this is the exact reason that you need to consider joining me in business, because Arbonne is going to give you something that your job can't, and that is basically a chance to come into the business with no prior experience or skills, and to give you a chance to make that kind of money. And do you know what, Natalie, even if you fall short and only make half or even a quarter of what we've just talked about a national vice president making, you're still able to work from home, be there for your 4 beautiful children, drive a brand new Mercedes, design your own schedule, and have total control and freedom of your life. That is the kind of lifestyle that most of us have dreamed of having. Don't you agree?
Absolutely, definitely.
Okay, so before we end this call, I want to ask you 4 very important questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so did everything that I share with you today make sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, question number 2. Can you see the enormous need for the products and the education that Arbonne is providing to families?
Definitely. I think it's amazing. I feel so blessed to know now what I know at the minute.
Wonderful. Okay, my third question is, did I answer most of your questions?
Yes, you did actually. You were amazing. You listened to everything that I had to say. You listened to the things that concern me, and you gave me sort of a solution for that. So it's amazing.
Great. And I'm sure you have other questions, and that's fine. That's what I'm here for. But I'm glad that I answered most of your questions during this call. So my last question is, based on what you've seen today, does this look like something that you can see yourself doing if you have the proper coaching, training and support?
Absolutely. I am ready to give it a go. Like I said, you know, if I had the opportunity to make those dreams that I have happen, with help and support and guidance, then absolutely I'm there.
Wonderful. Okay, so now I'm just going to take you guys through what I would do if Natalie said no, if Natalie said maybe, and if Natalie said yes, what I would say next. So if Natalie said, no, it's not for me, this is the kind of thing that I'd say. Okay, Natalie, I totally respect that. And this business isn't for everyone, and I respect your honesty. But let me just ask you 2 quick questions before we finish. Number 1, who comes to mind that may be interested in looking at this and they can make up their own mind just like you did?
Oh, do you want me to answer? Sorry.
Yeah, you can say anyone. Say my mum.
Right. Okay. Well, actually, I have a friend that this really might appeal to. She's a lot more outgoing than I am, and she would make things a reality and make things happen, whereas I'm not in a position to do that right now. So this her, and I have a person that's already sort of quite business minded. She might be interested too. She's not financially in need of any money, but she lacks time. She doesn't really. She works so many hours. If she could sort of fit this around what she's doing to alleviate some of the time that she spends at her current position, I think she would be interested.
Oh, wonderful. And would you be happy to connect us in like a 3-way message on Facebook?
Yeah, that's great. I'll add you into a little group and I'll introduce you, and then you can take it from there.
Wonderful. Okay, my second question is, most people who might not be interested in the business are interested in trying some of our amazing products, and I'd love to offer you the chance to take some home for a few days to try, and you can give me some feedback. What are you interested in, anti-aging, cosmetics or nutrition?
Well, I am really, really fit and healthy, and I do like to eat really healthy. So I'd love to try some of the nutritional products because I do use them already, but I'm not completely happy with them. So I'd like to try some new ones, and makeup and skincare and anything girly.
Okay, wonderful. What I'll do then is we'll get that set up and I can pop some products to you, or I can get some sent in the post and we'll go from there. So that's what I would do if Natalie said no. Right, so if Natalie said maybe to the business, this is what I would say. Okay, Natalie, so on a scale of 1 to 10, with no interest being 1 and 10 being, yep, I'm ready to join, where are you now?
Well, it all just sounds far too good to be true, and I'm really just not sure about everything. So I'd probably be a 5. I'm really in the middle.
Okay, wow, 5's really high. What would have to happen for you to become a 10?
I probably need to research a bit more, and perhaps just, I don't know, just look into it a little bit more than just right now.
Okay, well, actually, it's funny you should say that because I was really similar and I said very similar to you. And actually, within a team, we actually have a friends and family take a peek type group. It's completely exclusive, so I'd have to obviously add you in for you to get access. But what it has is thousands of people in there that share their testimonies of what they gained from the business. And I don't know about you, but I kind of was like, is this too good to be true? And when I got added into the group, it made me see what everybody else said about the business, and it gave me that third-party validation. Would you like me to add you in so you can see that for yourself?
Yeah, and it's nothing I have to pay for, or I don't have to sign up for anything to do that either.
No, the group is completely free. It's a free.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, then yeah, absolutely. That would be really great because then I can sort of just see what everybody says and go from there.
And do you feel like if once those worries have been put to bed and you can see that it is exactly as I've described it and that is what everybody else gets from this business, do you feel like then you'll be ready to get started?
Yeah, I think so. And like I said, it sounds amazing, but it just like, this is like the kind of thing, like I said, that I would dream about. So it sounds just too good to be true. But if those niggles that I have can, like you say, be put to bed, then I'd definitely be happy to talk to you again.
Wonderful. Great. Right, I'll add you into that group. Okay, so that's what I would say if Natalie said maybe. So this is what I would say if she said yes. Okay, fantastic. How exciting. So is it okay if I share with you the next steps in the process?
Yeah, tell me all. I'm really excited.
Okay, so it costs £56 to start your business, and that basically buys you your website and your ID numbers. And then what we would do is we'd put together an order of products that you would personally like to begin with, because although Arbonne don't stipulate that you have to have products to do this business, I don't know about you, but I personally feel like if I'm going to be recommending a brand, I want to be authentic and I want to be real. So I want to be using the products. And I'm not saying you have to buy all 500 of the products, but if we can put together an order of your top products that you want to switch to, at least you've got the, you know, you're authentic as using this brand. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that's great. I mean, like I said, I'm so interested in you know, products that don't contain all those horrible things that we were talking about. So absolutely, I'd like to make a switch anyway, and to give my personal feedback would be something that would be really important to me.
Wonderful. And the postage is £5.50, that's courier delivery, and it comes within 2 working days.
Okay, that's quite a lot of delivery, isn't it? Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I suppose compared to the Royal Mail, that was my thoughts, and it absolutely is. But what we do is we use DPD, which is carbon neutral. Because we're an environmentally friendly company, we use the most environmentally friendly company that we can in terms of delivering the products. And because the products are ultra premium, we want to make sure that they're signed for and that they are courier delivered as well. So we actually have quite a good deal using DPD in terms of price. And I'll give you an example. Once I ordered two items of something, and one of them had to go back, and I sent it back through Royal Mail, and instead of costing me £5.50, which it would have done through DPD, the exact same parcel through Royal Mail cost me £17.
Wow, gosh, when you put it like that, that's not, it doesn't really sound like it's that expensive then, does it?
No, it's amazing. We're so lucky to have DPD. So are you happy for me to get you signed up now on the website, and we can share screens and go through the steps?
Yeah, that's absolutely great. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Okay, so that almost wraps up our call. By the way, Natalie, you've been an amazing prospect. Thank you so much. So what I would love everybody to do is we've got a little bit of grow work. So grow work is a take on homework, grow work. So what I would love everybody to do in the next 7 days is to have a go at doing a one-to-one. Now, if you really cannot find somebody to do a one-to-one with, have a practice one. Find a family member or a friend that you can sit and do a one-to-one with. You can use these exact slides if you want. I've loaded them up onto the Do More page, and you can copy them word by word, or you can edit them to suit you, and you can choose whether you want to do the Discover Arbonne presentation or the two-sided Is Arbonne for You sheet, or the napkin presentations. It's entirely your personal preference, or have a go at all of them and see which one you prefer. So this week's grow work is to have a go at doing a one-to-one, and also to listen to the Jerry Rosenthal training that I'm going to load onto the Do More page, which is about the pain or pleasure of growing an Arbonne business. So it's all related to one-to-ones. It's about 25 minutes, and it is a really, really great call that links in lovely into this training. So if you do those two things, if you listen to Jerry's call this week and you do a one-to-one, take a picture of your one-to-one that you do, or a little selfie. If you let us know on the Do More page that you've done those two tasks, what I will do next week at Nation Training with Laura is pull you up to the front if you're there in person and give you a little gift to say well done. If you're not there in person, we'll shout your name out on the live. So you'll get some recognition for doing that. So that concludes our call. I am going to stop the recording in a second, and if anybody wants to go, you can do. But if you want to stay on and ask me any questions, then you're welcome to do that as well. Oh. Right, so that ends our call. I'm just going to stop the recording.